All right. I've committed a great sin against the Type Soul community, and all I'm asking for y'all is to give me the cancer ass build I just made. Honestly, I don't know what I was going through mentally of creating this cancer build. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This build, just pay attention to what I do. I use my Z, right? Mind you, I am fighting a keto player. Look at the damage done to Flower. I'm not even gonna say too much. Just look at the damage I just took. But anyways, I figure out a method, a way. It's not fair that I could do this, and I want to preface this again. This build is unfair. Again, this build is not fair. This build is cheesy than a bitch. Look what I do, right? I have Vow Sacrifice on this too as well. Look what I'm able to do. I will down crit him. He's gonna get hit, stunned. I have a free store into a negation. He's trying to, obviously Flower has a high bomb in the air. And then I kind of blinked out because I was like, yo, no way this is true, right? I doubt most of this combo is true. You can confirm a lot if you have like Spyrin. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's true because Spyrin commits does true stun. But like, this is not, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel very disgusting. I feel nasty. I feel like I've committed, like I said, a very, very bad sin, and I have to get on my knees and ask God for forgiveness for the stuff I have created. I feel like. Bro, I'm about to censor this on YouTube, bro. I feel so dirty, bro. But it comes down to a point. Type Soul forces you to make a spec build and not bat an eye and use it against another fellow Soulian. So it comes down to a point. You have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's Flower Keto, so you know, free game. But all I gotta say is, I'm never pulling this build out again. This was just for me to test. But
it was on Getsu build comment. I'm gonna just let you know. I see what they could do later.
But anyways, what I've tried to, one thing I realized, the combo that is relatively true every single time, almost, it will be the ticking the Z move. You will use that with Shori. Majority of the time, no one actually knows how to parry it, and I'm in decently high ping. I won't say I'm in the higher ping. I mean, the peak ping I've reached was like 1500, and that's with like overdrive. That's an overdrive overkill. Vow Sac. I'm not fully progressed overkill. Let me throw it out there. Like, don't get me. Vow Sacrifice back then was cancer. I think it reduced from cancer to HIV, so I don't think it's that OD anymore. Because remember, it goes from 8 seconds to 50 seconds. Still very good. I'm not saying it's bad. Nowhere in this build. The build that I'm using too is, look at this. Guard breaks. My ticking thing kind of sold me there. My X. But anyways, Vow Sacrifice is still very good. This build that I'm using makes it even 10 times more cancer. I told you I'm a Fullbringer. But there's also a very crazy pandemic going on. I will say that who's on the bouncing man? Yo, listen, Cetra's probably a good manager to something. Actually, I don't know what Cetra's good at. He's definitely not good in bouncing in my book. That's the only thing. That's one of the biggest problem I have with this nigga. In Type Soul, okay? We're keeping it in Type Soul. Any outside sources that nigga done, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm my own person. He's his own person. Oh my God, to get Henna to a down crit, stop his pulse, and I'm a catching dragging him. I think he tried to post me or negation. But yeah, there's too many unfairness in the game. It gets to a point where just might as well just make everything unfair and make Type Soul just where, you know, I have a cancer build, you have a cancer build. It just comes down to who's more cancerous. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I may have STDs, you may have HIVs. Which one will come out on top? What's crazy? But there's just too many true moves. There's too many cheesy builds is what I'm saying. If they could limit that, I feel like the game will be in a healing aspect. I don't know. Like I'm talking around to. Mel, speaking of, yo, Medic is up there with speed. Actually, with speed nerfed, I don't know how crazy speed is. I barely see a lot of speed. Well, I've done with speed, they're annoying. But Medic is up here. Look what this motherfucker does. He uses, I don't know the name of the move. It's like, I think it is the Realtu, not Realtu push, whoever that is. He will use that so I can prevent him getting him up in the air. He has another auto tracking move. He will try. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. The only time I timed it was here, I believe. Spider-Man kind of sold me there. Maybe I should have dashed forward. Demonic Embrace fails. It's just, I don't know where I'm going with this video. Like, I usually have bullet points of what I could do to talk about. He's probably healing like OD here. Correct me if I'm wrong. For the people who play Medic, even though I may not like you, you still the range. No, actually, this nigga's wearing a Ranger fit. I should have blocked him. You know what I'm saying? You can't wear a Ranger fit and expect no life. You know what I'm saying? Punishment for what you have done. But what is this combo that he's using? The move that gives you auto block. the moves where it gives you hyper armor, or maybe it's a reskin. Look, he tried to do it again. I spine ran him, so he can't use it again. I use whirlwind step. I guess I should have whirlwind step because I should use a frame 1 move. Maybe like, sorry, that was my phone. Maybe like ankle splitter just to give him slow because he would just run away from me multiple times. Like I said, I know I'm using something OD too. Like, time no tell is cancer. I'm not saying like I'm in any better than him, but I'd rather fight my build than what the fuck he's using. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I wouldn't want to fight both. You know what I'm saying? But like, at least there's some winning chance against me. Like, I'm not the best player, bro. I'm gonna keep it stat with you. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a decent player. I mean, I use off-meta stuff. Y'all know who I am. I love using off-meta stuff. Sometimes I like to dabble in a little bit of the white powder of broken shit. You can tell in the video I'm watching right now. It just comes to a point where there's Keto X Flower, there's medic builds everywhere, mainly blood, obviously. And then this move. Like, I had an opioid panic attack, but I just fell on the floor. I don't know, bro. I wonder what Type Soul's gonna do in the future. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel sorry for this guy using rock hard ground Hakuda. I completely like left my ground Hakudians, my brethrens for air. Air is just a lot more fun to use right now against these niggas. Maybe because, you know, Dragonite doesn't, like I said, Dragonite doesn't stun. I don't know how his ankle splitter didn't hit me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hitboxes are so dodgy even for me and for other players. Rank is filled with bugs and just a damnation of everything. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is not fair for me to do it against him. Ankle splitter into a crit. Pulse, he explodes. Demonic him. Oh, I could have done that better. Maybe if I would have ran and jumped, did grand entrance, air variant, it would have been disgusting if I would have done that, alright? But, I don't know. I'm just praying that Type Soul gets the fix that it needs. Apparently they posted got a new community manager, but you know, due to recent changes or updates, they let people know that he's still around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let that nigga chase his bag. That's not a bag I would chase, but it's a bag indeed. But I just want to see if Setro just stops trying to bounce himself, and oh my god, he almost tried to land that on me. He tries to ignore, like, instead of nerfing just only solely on him, actually listen to some people who play rank. I'm not sure if he boosted himself all the way up to 2000 rank. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player, nor am I saying he's like the best player all the time. I don't know how good he is. I haven't fought him a while. I mean, I did see that he was cheesing against other content creators for admin panels. That's no hero there. But is there an actual balancing team like it was last season? You know what I'm saying? Type Soul season 2. Right now we're in Type Soul season 3. Shit, needs to be a season 4 if you catch the drift from my video. But I wonder what could we do to limit cheesy builds and reduce the game back to where it became M1 base. And it comes to a point where people don't even parry. Sometimes I'm like, what's the point of parrying when they don't even get, you know, stunned for parrying. You know what I'm saying? They can hit me with, oh my god, did my woman stun? Oh! But yeah, my build's not fair. Yo, just make it where you can't do certain shit with this. I feel like Vow Sacrifice was definitely thought of. Oh my god, in the balls. Still, wait, I just peed. Why didn't nobody tell me about Time No Tell now that I'm recording this overview? So, depending on my percentage, my moves change. It was changing Z, X, and C. I told you, I literally just got this shit like yesterday, and I spent like 4 hours on it. If I actually spent more time on it, then maybe I could have found some crazier combo. For the people who actually have this with other Hakuda combos, let me know down in the comments. Please don't do that. I actually don't want to spread any more toxic, you know. I don't want to spread none of this toxic like oil that's in the community. Look at his down slam, so he's forced to parry the other one, but he still got hit. He parried my Shori, but still was and look at this slow shit. Like I usually forgot that shit slows people down, so I could use that as an advantage. Oh my god, good counter by him. Parried his horizon core. Maybe fighting M1, he tries to parry the other spine run. Maybe I could have catch him later. What if I delayed my spy run after they were forced to block the other? Majority of the time, they don't even parry the clone. They parry the other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feed. But I would say Hakuda is I wouldn't say Hakuda is the worst thing in the game. Well, no. Let me iterate this. Speed is still crazy. If I would have ranked this, I want to hear y'all rank it down and down. Like I said, it's my opinion. My opinion is no better than your opinion. I mean, there's obviously obvious. What am I watching? Vxquished, please tell me you stopped. Okay, you did. Okay. And look at another bug. But if I were to rank the tree and a sense of potential, I would put. This might be a hot take. Kendo might be number 1, but it's not that far off in speed, in my opinion. Speed is definitely number 2. I will put Medic or Keto number 3. I know I might have like downplayed Hakuda, but I'm not. Okay, I would say Hakuda either a 3 or 4. It was definitely a 3, but they just gutted Muay Thai. And he's nah. I gotta get this off my chest after the next segment. You'll see after this. Why did they touch my baby Gehenna? They should have just left it alone. I don't care about the range increase. Return, revert, Gehenna, nerf. Why are we doing this? I don't care about the range. I just want this shit back to what it was at its all-time glory. Oh my god, good guard break into the explosion. Whirlwind step, grand entrance. Oh, I wonder if I let him explode in the air. Let's say if I crit him, I use catching dragon. Would it actually kind of finish it? I mean, that doesn't matter. These niggas, and then again, I don't know what goes through their mind. I'm telling you, Cetro is a cunning man in a sense of balancing, right? He only makes crazy stuff for people to spend their rerolls to roll crazy stuff, and then once it's there for a week or so, he nerfs them. So all the people who thought like all the crazy stuff just reverts back being the worst thing in the game. You know, it happened to Benihime, it happened to Light, it happened to Snake. It just happens to all the legendary mythic clans or mythic abilities, elements, whatever, and he just makes them ass after they get nerfed. Ooh, if I would have timed that perfectly with Spine Rack, ooh. I mean, a lot of games do that. It's not like Setch was like the first person to create something like that, you know. But it comes to a point where, like, bro, come on, bro, have some morale, some integrity. Like, this makes no sense. I don't know. It comes down to a point where is y'all gonna spread the bread? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is unedited Vanquish. This is raw Vanquish right now. I am boosted, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am boosted to a decent degree. Now, the thing is, all I ask is just do switch to elements. Even if, like, I might switch. I want to ask if I can get switched to demonic arm thing. I'm recording, please. Sit down, hold on. And it comes down to, like, I don't even, oh my goodness. If you think about it, I'm more like a tester for you. Essentially, I try these builds if you want to make them, or when you do unlock like Time No Tell, Zangetsu, that one girl with that little funny Glock looking game reskin. Basically think of me like that, of finding new builds for you, whether it's shit or not. But to tie up this whole segment here, I want to put this in here. This guy right here makes me want to revisit my formless build that I may have had a long time ago. I'm not too sure. I think it's like 8-9 months ago that I want to recreate. But like, this guy put it on the map. Whoever I'm fighting here, yo, Oswell White 0 DJ, yo, appreciate for putting me on again, bro. I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I found a formless person, but I thought it was more of a fluke of me just forgetting how to fight it. And I was sadly mistaken. I mean, granted, he used Death Flare. I don't use Death Flare. I'm more of a Shori Gehenna type player. If you niggas use Death Flare, I don't care. That shit does not beat Shori Gehenna. Say what you want about your, say whatever you want. I don't care. It's because there's so many better combos you could do. Death Flare, the only time Death Flare is ever viable is if you're on wrong card. You're probably wondering why. Because of proficiency. That thing bumps that up to like Mussolini to the H word if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? I prefer to use that one. I feel like it's such a parry check. If you don't know how to time, it's like not being able to like parry the Grimjow's like blue shit. I forgot the name of it. You know, the 9 hog frag thing. If you don't know how to parry that, bro, it's like a knowledge check. But proficiency, okay, fair enough. I don't expect you to know that most of the time, but that's just how I see it. I mean, it's preference wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't use grand entrance, but I do. People don't really expect it. Granted, they removed the true stun off of it. Like, who the hell really runs that besides me? I mean, it's probably a select group of people who use it, but who knows, bro? Like, I'm not the bouncer, nor I'm the owner. It's just a sad game that I'm playing. I should not be able to make a build like this and run around rank and think it's fair to other players, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, all I gotta say is thank you for watching today's video. All I gotta say is fear God and not men.